Under the Bridge is a new drama series starring Riley Keough and Lily Gladstone. So today, let's see if the series is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Hulu. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Under the Bridge is based on the late author Rebecca Godfrey's book about the 1997 murder killing of a 14-year-old girl named Rena Verk, who went to a party with her peers and never returned home. I was really looking forward to Under the Bridge as I was curious to see how Lily Gladstone would be post Killers of the Flower Moon, which she was nominated for an Oscar for her role, and I was looking forward to seeing a new role from Lily Gladstone. And both her and Riley Keough are phenomenal within this series. This is a very chilling, very emotional series based around a murder of a teenager in 1997 in British Columbia who wanted to find friends and went to a party and never returned home. The first couple episodes, they dive deep into the killing of this young girl, Rena Verk, and a few other girls that viewed themselves as gang members and adored John Gotti. And they wanted to get revenge on Rena Verk as she was spreading rumors about some of the girls, but she went to this party and never returned home. And within the first couple episodes, we get a good idea of who probably ended up killing Rena Verk and what happened to her. But what this series manages to do is peel back the story of Rena and how her upbringings, her life with her parents have really affected her as a person, how she wants to find friends and is latching onto these young girls, and just looking at the teenagers as well and things that they have done. The series is much more than just the murder of this young girl. We have Riley Keough, who is in British Columbia. She is writing a book. She lived there prior. She had left due to things in her past. And Lily Gladstone plays a cop, and she is connected to Riley Keough's character. The way that these two characters are presented, we do have them for a bulk of the series, is that Riley Keough's character is challenging the viewers to look at the teenagers and realize that they have done things that they're immediately going to regret. And we have to look at the teenagers as much more than just that one mistake that they did. This should not ruin their life moving forward. And yes, they have done terrible things, but we should look at that person more than just that one night. As she is remembering things that she has done in her past, she's able to connect to these teenagers and insert herself into this murder case. So Riley Keough's character, very interesting. I like her performance in here. There's a lot of emotion to it as she's very quiet at times. We see that things have really truly affected her, but the way that she presents herself and she's challenging us to look at the human side to these characters rather than what they have done. And then you have Lily Gladstone's character, who wants justice for Rena Verk. She believes there is a race issue that is surrounding it all, and she understands the family's hurt, and she wants to bring these teenagers to justice and will stop at nothing to come to the conclusion of this murder case. So both characters are different. They know each other prior, and what they stand for is very different within the series, and the series fleshes out these characters so much do we feel that that is a big part of their personality. Lily Gladstone and Riley Keough shine within this series. There are so many emotional performances in here. The more that both of them get involved in this case, the more we understand these people, and the more emotion comes out, the more depth is provided to these characters and how their differences and viewpoints are against each other. We start to have these characters start to shift some of their views into the other person and start to look at things from a different standpoint. So the series does a great job handling these characters and giving them a bulk of the series. Now, when you look at the teenagers, you have these young girls, these three main teenagers who are involved within this murder case. The series presents them as teenagers that are stuck in their ways, and they are influenced easily by things. They love rap music. They love John Gotti and being part of a gang. And some characters in here, we see some development that they were just influenced by a young teenager and they regret what they're doing. And then you have some other characters who aren't showing any remorse whatsoever. And some of the teenagers you're sympathizing for, you understand that they did something wrong that one night, and then other characters, they're making these characters feel very horrible and they're bullying this young girl. The performances from the teenagers are strong as well, as they want to manipulate Rena and make fun of her and hurt her as well. And we see a lot of that aggression from these teenagers, that they are living in a home, they have been failed by the system, they don't have a family, so a lot of things are piling on these characters. And that's where we have Riley Keough's character come in and look at what these young girls have gone through and how they have been affected by the system and school and their peers and their parents, and it's all led them to that one fateful night, and that one night shouldn't affect their whole future moving forward. So the characters and the teenagers, especially the way that they are written in here, you see their whole life and things that they're easily influenced by, and they're making these horrible decisions. Now, Rena Verk is a character that we see that is killed in the beginning of the series, but we do get a lot of flashbacks to how she's wanting to befriend these teenagers. She is struggling to connect with her parents because they are Jehovah's Witnesses, and she wants to have some freedom. And so she is also trying to break away from all of that. And throughout these flashbacks, we add a lot of depth to Rena, the friends she makes along the way, things that she likes, things she dislikes. We get to really know Rena as a person, and just adds to more of the emotional moments as we see the parents are hurting. Everybody wants justice. We want to understand what had actually happened. And through all of that, we understand Rena and how likable she is and what she's going through. But also, she has made some poor choices along the way. And they're just trying to flesh these characters out. They're trying to make them feel like humans, and that they have gone through some terrible things. And so throughout these flashbacks, that's where we get a lot of the depth. Unfortunately, there is a lot of flashbacks, not only for like a couple months or weeks prior to this murder, but we also get decades before, showing Rena's parents and her grandparents. And at times I understand all of that and how it's her parents have worked really hard to where they are now, and just fleshing out the family side of it all. But unfortunately, it feels very thin and doesn't add too much to the story. While I liked some of the performances and understanding these characters and the family dynamics and their upbringings, I don't think it added too much to the story. And when we got it, I appreciate it, but I didn't see the overall dynamics to it and how much it contributed to the overall series. But when we got back to the teenagers and Lily Gladstone and Riley Keough, that is where I found it to be very gripping. The whole series is very intense. We get a lot of the murder in the beginning, so we understand what had happened. We know pretty much who was involved in it all. But throughout the investigation, Lily Gladstone, Riley Keough, their involvement as well, we do get a lot of intensity. We do get a lot of emotion moments, characters realizing things about the teenagers and the overall case. That is where it feels very dramatic and very tense. This is a really good series with amazing performances, a heartbreaking story about teenagers that have been failed by the system, abandoned by their parents. They want to find love and friendship and easily are influenced, and how teenagers do one thing that they are immediately going to regret or not regret, and how it affects their whole entire life, and then challenging us to look at these teenagers and that it's just much, and they're more than just that one thing they have done. So before I give you my score for Under the Bridge on Hulu, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button and get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Under the Bridge a B+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for Under the Bridge, the new Hulu series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay close.